Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor, which is due unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great Muslim who ruled well and taught me this truth. And shalom to the elect of Yahweh Shai, also known as the elect of Israel, starting with 144,000. Okay, it's the brother Napash from the GMS UK camp. And I wanted to touch on a lesson on being taken care of by the Lord. Okay. And, we're coming into very heavy times, and our faith is going to be tested, and ultimately it's all about our faith. Things are going to become more and more trying as we're basically approaching Jacob's trouble. We're at the tithering stages of it, so great faith is going to be needed, man. Scriptures talk about faith all the way through. Even when you read Hebrews 11th chapter, it talks about great accounts of faith, faithful men. Okay, now I was reading the scripture, and it made me think about, especially with what's going on with the economy, because they're trying to basically reset the system. The economy is going to get worse and worse and worse, and there's less jobs, there's inflation, and pretty much, they call it the cost of living crisis over here in the UK. It's becoming harder and harder to basically get your, to make your bread work for you, if you will. Okay. Now, what is it going to require? Okay. When that's getting worse and worse and you can't pay for certain things or do certain things the way you need to do, you're going to have to trust in the Lord, man, as we always do, and I wanted to just touch on that when I read the scripture. I'm going to read it quick. Matthew chapter 17. Verse 20, I'll start from 24 for context, but the point's in verse 27. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, Doth not your master pay tribute? He saith, Yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of strangers? Peter saith unto him, Of strangers. Yahushua saith unto him, Then are the children free. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea. So they had a payment they needed to make, both Yahushua and Peter, right? So the Lord said, look, rather than pretty much offending them, he said, go thou to the sea and cast a hook and take up the fish that first cometh up. And it's, Peter was a fisherman, all right? So he had a lot of experience fishing. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find the piece of money. That take and give unto them for me and thee. So the Lord just, Peter would just be going out there. You can imagine it. He throws the hook out. He catches a fish, and the fish has got the amount of money they need to pay whatever tribute they need to pay, both for Peter and for Yahushua and for Peter. Let me say it that right way around, So I read that and I thought, man, like the Lord has got us, man, which we already know that. But sometimes when you read a certain scripture, it refreshes a certain, emotion in your mind, because, like Bruce Lee says, you got to have emotional content. That's the passion, the drive that we have in this truth. Okay. And pretty much, that got me thinking about that. And it's a beautiful thing to know that the Lord is caring for us, Now I'm going to get a couple of scriptures on that. All right. But I want to get another example to show that, pretty much the Lord, nothing's impossible with the Lord. He can do anything in any situation. So however bleak your situation might seem, the Lord can do all kinds of things, man. Okay? Things that you thought were so rigid and solid, the Lord can change that up for you and give you a way out of those situations. Okay? Right now, this is John chapter 2 from the top. It says, And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Yahushua was there. And both Yahushua was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Yahushua saith unto him, They have no wine. Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. He was getting pretty much pestered by her. His mother saith unto the servants, Whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. And there were set there 6 water pots of stone, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Yahushua saith unto them, fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. And he saith unto them, draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast, and they bear it. And what Yahushua did is, the miracle he did is he turned that water into wine. Changed that, the element, if you will. He turned it into something completely different. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and he saith unto him, every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and which men have well drunk. Then that which is worse, but thou hast kept the good wine until now. So the wine that Yahushua prepared was good wine, man. It's quality wine. Okay. Hey, it's also, beautiful that this truth, that we have, that's the best wine. It's Yahushua wine, man. Ain't got no bad chemicals in it. It's just pure, man. It's a beautiful thing. All right. I just wanted to make that point, but I'm going to just focus on the actual, the miracle of what he was doing. This beginning of miracles did Yahushua in Cana of Galilee. This beginning of miracles did Yahushua in Cana of Galilee, and manifested forth his glory, and his disciples believed on him. So it was increasing their faith. And sometimes the Lord will do certain things in your life, in this ministry. I've experienced it, brothers have experienced it, and we've shared these things, where it will be to increase your faith. Something will happen where you're like, man, you're just giving all praises to Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and that's what the Lord requires. Ultimately, the Lord, we have the hope for the elect. If you believe you're of the elect, you're going to have to also believe that the Lord's protecting you. All right. Now, remember, the scriptures say, be thou, let's get that. What's that? Faithful. Is that in Revelation? Bear with me. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Because we are going to suffer, but don't fear it. Because we know who's in control of our suffering. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. All right, you're going to have concentration camps. They're going to come and nab some of us brothers up. Okay. But ye shall have tribulation 10 days, meaning, whatever amount of days for you. Okay, a complete amount of days. Be thou, this is the point, be thou faithful unto death. So even unto death, even if it's like you're going to die, they're going to chop your head off or whatever, as it's spoken of in Revelation 20:4, those that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, for the testimony, right? Even if it seems like you're going to die, don't worry about that, man. Be faithful unto Yahushua, and you're going to be looked after anyway. You're going to be okay. He says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's beautiful, man. So the Lord is looking out for us, and, the Lord is here with us present, man. Okay. He said, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst thereof. He said, I'll be with you always. Right? Let's get a precept. This is Psalms 46:1. Right? It says, to the chief musician for the sons of Korah, because these psalms, a song upon Alamoth. Yahweh Bashmi Shai is our refuge. Right? What the scripture say in Proverbs was at 18:10, the righteous runneth into, the name of the Lord is like a tower, the righteous runneth into it and it'll be safe. So you got to be sincerely in Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua. That's the true name of the Lord and his son. Okay. Now, if you're in another name at that time, you're under Jesus, you're under Allah, you ain't going to be saved. You're not going to be protected. Okay. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Okay. If you really think about it, man, in this faith, we're catching hell, we're struggling, we're suffering. But what you're going to find is, when you think back to moments of distress, moments where things seem bleak and you were down and out, that the Lord came through for you and delivered you, man. When you really think about it. And just the thought alone, to refresh that in your mind, to bring that to your mind's eye, that boosts your faith. That's how the Lord boosts your faith, to show you, look, I'm the one that's bringing you through. Okay? You ain't done out here. I've got you. Right? Yeah, even if it seems like you're going to die to people, man, the flesh, don't be afraid of that. Just fear Yahweh B'Hashem Shai. Trust in him. Okay? Wisdom of Solomon 3 goes all up into that, man. That's what happened with Yahweh Shai. He went up on that cross, and people thought, well, that's the end of an ordeal. And then what happened after he gave up the ghost, man? You had the earthquakes, you had all manner of signs, man. Okay? the temple rent. And he, Yahweh Shai, was sitting on the right hand of the throne. Okay, he's up there with, the Most High Yahweh. Okay, and he's got all that authority given unto him, man. All right. So things ain't what it just seems in this flesh to people. So we don't worry about that. What we do is we have faith. So we're gonna have trying times. You might be around people in the world that they're gonna be panicking. All right. But remember, the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. We're going to have that stability. As it gets worse and worse out here, people are going to lose their so-called stability, which people ain't really even stable out here. Okay, it's all illusions. It's a house of cards. Right? But with us, we have a sure foundation in Yahweh Bashmi Shai, in this word. Okay? And remember, the scriptures tell us how the Lord views us, man. So if you believe you're of the hopeful elect, which you should do, if you're in this ministry, right? It says Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. 3:9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. And we understand the truth, right? That's beautiful. And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, which are the Israelites. And he have care for his elect. So the Lord has care for us, man. And sometimes look, man, we're going to be praying. It ain't gonna always happen the way you want it to happen. Okay? Sometimes it might do. All right? But the Lord is going to do it the way that, according to what is written for you. What the Lord wants to do. Right? So sometimes things don't happen straight away. Sometimes you got to suffer. Sometimes you got to wait. But just know that and trust that the Lord's got you. That's the main thing, right? This is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So there's a season to it, man. Okay. Maybe you need to go through a period of, it might be years. Maybe you need to go through a period of time when you're catching hell. Okay. Maybe there's a certain ailment that you got to deal with, and that's just your lot. Okay. But ultimately, it's for your benefit. Ultimately, it's for salvation. Okay, it's to boost your faith. All right, I'm just going to get a couple more scriptures in and close out. This is Psalms chapter 27, verse 14. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart, which is your mind, la'ab in the Hebrew. Wait, I say, on the Lord. So have patience. Patience goes into suffering. All right, the Lord spoke about that. Right, that he was going to keep us from the hour of temptation. All right. Through the word of our patience. Luke chapter 18, verse 27. Let's read from 26. And they heard it said, who then can be saved? And he said, the things which are impossible with men are possible with Yahweh Bashmi Shai. So nothing ain't impossible to the Lord, man. The Lord can do all kinds of miracles in your life. Okay? And we're going to see more and more, I guess, lack of a better word, like outlandish kind of in-your-face miracles as that time approaches, man. As we approach the time of the end. All right? So, hey, man, Lord willing, this has been an edifying lesson, an uplifting lesson, an exhortational. With that, man, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.